Today our topic is the link between Stoicism and minimalism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Minimalism is a way of living that encourages us to simplify our lives by reducing the number of things we own and focusing on what truly matters. At first glance, these two ideas may seem different, but when we look closer we can see that they are deeply connected. Both Stoicism and minimalism teach us to live with intention, to focus on what is essential, and to find peace in simplicity. Let's explore how these two ideas work together and how they can help us live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control everything in life. We cannot control the weather, other people's actions, or even many of the events that happen to us. What we can control, however, is how we respond to these events. Stoics believe that by focusing on our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can find inner peace and happiness, no matter what happens around us. This idea is at the heart of Stoicism, and it is also a key principle of minimalism. Minimalism encourages us to let go of the things that do not add value to our lives, whether they are physical possessions, negative thoughts, or unhealthy habits. By doing this, we create more space for the things that truly matter, such as relationships, personal growth, and experiences. One of the most important lessons of Stoicism is the idea of detachment. Stoics believe that we should not become too attached to material possessions, status, or even other people. This does not mean that we should not care about these things, but rather that we should not depend on them for our happiness. If we lose a possession, fail to achieve a goal, or lose a relationship, we should be able to accept it without losing our inner peace. Minimalism shares this idea of detachment. By reducing the number of things we own, we learn to appreciate what we have without becoming too attached to it. This helps us to live more freely and to focus on what truly matters in life. Another important connection between Stoicism and minimalism is the idea of focusing on the present moment. Stoics believe that the past is gone and the future is uncertain, so the only thing we truly have is the present moment. By focusing on the here and now, we can live more fully and avoid unnecessary worry and anxiety. Minimalism also encourages to focus on the present. When we simplify our lives, we are less distracted by the clutter of possessions, obligations, and worries. This allows us to be more present in our daily lives, to enjoy the small moments, and to appreciate the beauty of the world around us. Both Stoicism and minimalism teach us to live with intention. Stoics believe that we should live according to our values and principles, rather than simply following the crowd or chasing after external rewards. Minimalism also encourages us to live intentionally by making conscious choices about how we spend our time, energy, and resources. By doing this, we can create a life that is aligned with our true priorities and values, rather than being driven by external pressures or societal expectations. One of the challenges of modern life is that we are constantly bombarded with messages telling us that we need more and more possessions, more success, more status in order to be happy. This can lead to a never-ending cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, as we always want more but never feel truly fulfilled. Stoicism and minimalism offer a different way of thinking. They teach us that happiness does not come from external things, but from within. By focusing on what we can control, simplifying our lives, and living with intention, we can find a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Stoicism and minimalism also teach us the value of self-discipline. Stoics believe that self-discipline is essential for living a virtuous life. By practicing self-control and resisting temptations, we can strengthen our character and live in accordance with our values. Minimalism also requires self-discipline. It is not always easy to let go of possessions, simplify our lives, or resist the urge to buy more. But by practicing self-discipline, we can create a life that is more focused, meaningful, and fulfilling. Another important aspect of both Stoicism and minimalism is the idea of gratitude. Stoics believe that we should be grateful for what we have, rather than always wanting more. They teach us to appreciate the simple things in life, such as good health, friendship, and the beauty of nature. Minimalism also encourages us to practice gratitude. When we simplify our lives and focus on what truly matters, we become more aware of the things we already have and the blessings in our lives. This sense of gratitude can bring us greater happiness and contentment. Both Stoicism and minimalism also teach us to embrace challenges and difficulties. Stoics believe that challenges are an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. By facing difficulties with courage and resilience, we can become stronger and more virtuous. Minimalism also involves challenge. Letting go of possessions, simplifying our lives, and resisting the urge to consume can be difficult, but these challenges can help us grow and become more self-aware. By embracing these challenges, we can create a life that is more aligned with our values and priorities. One of the most powerful lessons of Stoicism is the idea of acceptance. Stoics believe that we should accept the things we cannot change and focus on what we can control. This does not mean that we should be passive or give up on our goals, but rather that we should accept reality as it is and work with it, rather than against it. Minimalism also involves acceptance. By accepting that we do not need more possessions, more success, or more status to be happy, we can let go of the constant desire for more and find contentment in what we already have. In conclusion, Stoicism and minimalism are deeply connected. Both teach us to live with intention, to focus on what is essential, and to find peace in simplicity. By practicing the principles of Stoicism and minimalism, we can create a life that is more meaningful, fulfilling, and aligned with our true values. We can learn to let go of what we cannot control, to appreciate what we have, and to live in the present moment. We can develop self-discipline, practice gratitude, and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. And most importantly, we can find happiness and contentment within ourselves rather than in external things. So, if you are looking for a way to live a more intentional and fulfilling life, consider the wisdom of Stoicism and the simplicity of minimalism. They may just be the keys to unlocking a deeper sense of peace and happiness in your life.